On August 26, 2017, a black boxer walked into a ring in Las Vegas, threw punches for 36 minutes, and walked out with $300 million. Not a career, not a decade. One single night. That's more money than some countries spend on their entire national sports programs in a year. And this same black boxer? He did it again. The very next big fight. Another $250 million, at $550 million from just 2 nights of work. And that's not even his total earnings. When you hear the final number, you won't believe it's real. I didn't believe it. I had to check 3 times. But here's what makes this story even crazier. 5 black boxers turned punches into empires. Together, they earned over $2.5 billion. More than the GDP of some small nations. One of them made $200 million from a kitchen gadget. More than he ever made getting punched in the face. Another earned $560 million and still went broke. Lost everything. Watched the bank take his 54,000 square foot mansion. And the richest one? He made $1.1 billion and never lost a single fight. Not once. Not ever. 0 losses on his record. These aren't just boxers. These are 5 of the most insane money stories in sports history. We're counting down from number 5 to number 1. And trust me, save your shock for the end. Let's start with number 5. Sugar Ray Leonard. Before Sugar Ray Leonard, no black boxer had ever earned $100 million in guaranteed fight purses. In the 1980s, fighters were famous. They were respected. But they weren't rich like basketball players or football stars. Leonard changed that forever. He grew up watching his parents work brutal hours just to keep food on the table. When he won Olympic gold in 1976, he made a promise. His family would never struggle again. Every fight he took was about that promise. In 1989 alone, Leonard earned $27 million, the highest paid boxer on the planet that year. His legendary battles against Roberto Duran, Thomas Hearns, and Marvin Hagler turned boxing into must-see television. But here's what makes Leonard different from almost everyone on this list. He didn't lose the money. While other boxers burned through hundreds of millions, Leonard transitioned into motivational speaking, broadcasting, and smart investments. His current net worth? $120 million, and he kept almost all of it. That was unheard of in boxing. Leonard proved a black boxer could earn $100 million and actually keep it. But here's where things get heartbreaking, because the man at number 4 earned 5 times more than Leonard, and ended up with almost nothing. Number 4, Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield earned approximately $560 million over his career. By every measure, he should have been set for life. He wasn't. Holyfield came from humble roots in Alabama, raised by a single mother who worked in a factory. Boxing was his ticket out, and he took it all the way to the top. His 2 fights against Mike Tyson, including the infamous Bite fight in 1997, earned him over $30 million each. He was one of the most beloved champions in boxing history, but the same generosity that made him loved also destroyed his finances. Holyfield fathered 11 children with multiple women. Child support obligations piled up. He built a 54,000 square foot mansion in Atlanta that cost millions just to maintain. He gave money to everyone around him, family, friends, anyone who asked. And then it was gone. He filed for bankruptcy, lost the mansion to foreclosure. The man who earned $500 million ended up with an estimated net worth of just $1 to $14 million. He earned more than Leonard, more than most athletes in any sport, and kept almost none of it. The ring couldn't break Holyfield, but life outside the ring nearly did. Holyfield's story is devastating. But believe it or not, it's not the most shocking financial downfall on this list. The man at number 3 earned $400 million, became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, and lost absolutely everything, including his freedom. Number 3. Mike Tyson. In 1986, a 20-year-old kid from Brooklyn became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. His name was Mike Tyson. The world had never seen anything like him. He didn't just beat opponents, he destroyed them, often in the first round, often in seconds. The money came pouring in, $400 million over his career. Iron Mike owned the world, but behind the knockouts and the millions, Tyson was a broken kid who never healed. He grew up in one of the roughest neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Lost his mother young. His trainer Cus D'Amato, the only father figure he ever knew, died before Tyson could handle fame alone. The money became a way to fill a hole that nothing could fill. He spent millions on Bengal tigers, dozens of luxury cars, a massive entourage that drained his accounts monthly. In 1992, he went to prison for 3 years, losing his prime earning years and his freedom. In 2003, Mike Tyson filed for bankruptcy. The man who once earned $30 million per fight was completely broke. But here's where his story takes a turn nobody expected. Instead of disappearing, he rebuilt. He launched a cannabis company called Tyson 2.0, took acting roles, started a podcast, and in 2020, at age 54, he fought Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition that proved the world still couldn't look away from Iron Mike. His net worth climbed back to $10 million, a fraction of what he once had, but proof that Tyson's greatest fight was never in the ring. It was against himself. So far, we've seen boxers who kept their money and boxers who lost it all. But the man at number 2 did something nobody else on this list could do. He found his fortune completely outside the ring, from something you probably have sitting in your kitchen right now. Number 2, George Foreman. George Foreman was one of the most feared heavyweight champions in history. He terrorized the division in the 1970s, knocked out Joe Frazier twice. Was considered unbeatable until Muhammad Ali shocked the world in the Rumble in the Jungle in 1974. Foreman retired, became a preacher, gained weight. Everyone thought his story was over. It wasn't even close. When Foreman came back to boxing in 1987 at age 38, people laughed. He was overweight, out of shape, and a decade removed from the ring. But Foreman wasn't fighting for pride. He was fighting because his youth center in Houston was running out of money. He needed to save it. And in 1994, at the age of 45, he knocked out Michael Moorer and became the oldest heavyweight champion in history. The world stopped laughing. But here's the insane part. His real fortune didn't come from boxing. It came from a grill. In 1994, Foreman endorsed the George Foreman grill. It became one of the most successful celebrity products ever, selling over 100 million units worldwide. In 1999, he sold his naming rights for $138 million plus ongoing royalties. The grill alone earned him approximately $200 million, more than he ever earned getting punched. George Foreman's current net worth? $300 million. Think about that. He made more money from a kitchen appliance than Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and Sugar Ray Leonard made from their entire boxing careers combined. The man who was knocked out by Muhammad Ali, but who retired to preach, who came back as a joke, ended up richer than almost every fighter who ever lived. Foreman proved that the smartest money doesn't always come from your main job. But now, we've reached number 1. The final name? The biggest fortune. And when you hear these numbers, you'll understand why they call him something no other boxer has ever been called. Number 1. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. Floyd. Mayweather Jr. didn't just become the richest black boxer alive. He became the richest boxer in the history of the sport. No one before him had done it. No one since has come close. 50 wins, 0 losses, perfect record, and a nickname that tells you everything. Money. But the road to $1 billion started in the ugliest place imaginable. Floyd grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, in a house full of drugs, violence, and poverty. His father sold drugs. His mother struggled with addiction. Floyd once said he shared a bedroom with 7 other people and went to school in the same clothes every day. Boxing wasn't a dream for him. It was the only door that wasn't locked, and he kicked it open with everything he had. Now, here's where we answer the question in the title. Floyd made how much? His fight against Conor McGregor in 2017? $300 million, one night. His fight against Manny Pacquiao in 2015? $250 million, one night. Those 2 fights alone, $550 million. He earned $100 million fighting Canelo Alvarez, $40 million against Oscar De La Hoya. He generated over $1.8 billion in pay-per-view revenue across his career. Floyd Mayweather's total career earnings? $1.1 billion. He's the first boxer to ever cross that barrier, and probably the last for a very long time. But here's what separates Floyd from every other boxer who ever lived. He didn't just earn the money, he kept it. While Tyson went bankrupt and Holyfield lost his mansion, Floyd created Mayweather Promotions in 2007. He became his own boss. He cut out the promoters. He controlled his own pay-per-view deals. Every dollar flowed through him first. He watched Don King take millions from Tyson. He watched Holyfield's advisors lead him into bad deals. Floyd decided, painfully early, that he would never trust anyone else with his money. That fear built an empire. Floyd has no debt. He owns properties and cars, all paid in cash. He never filed for bankruptcy. His current net worth sits between $400 and $500 million, the only boxer in history to earn over $1 billion and still have hundreds of millions left. 5 black boxers, over $2.5 billion earned between them, and 3 of the 5 either went bankrupt or came dangerously close. Leonard kept his money through discipline. Foreman found his fortune outside the ring. Tyson lost everything and climbed back to $10 million. Holyfield earned $500 million and kept almost none. And Floyd? Floyd built a machine designed to protect every dollar. Making money is a talent. Keeping money is a skill. The difference between those two things is the difference between Mike Tyson's $10 million and Floyd Mayweather's $500 million. 5 boys from poverty. 5 men who became legends. 5 fortunes. Some kept, some lost, all earned in blood. And Floyd? He made more from 2 fights than most people will see in 1,000 lifetimes. That's not just wealth. That's the greatest financial performance in sports history. If this video shocked you, hit that subscribe button right now. We break down the most insane stories in sports, money, and human achievement. Now tell me, which boxer's story hit you the hardest? Floyd's billion-dollar discipline? Tyson's heartbreaking fall? Foreman's genius reinvention? Or Holyfield's cautionary tale? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to hear it. See you in the next one.